Hello, I'm Celine. I'm a UI UX designer currently working in Singapore. I have been stepping into the UI UX design industry for more than 1 year. Sometimes I'm receiving questions from my friends asking me about the same questions over and over again. So what is the question? The question is, how do I get into the UI UX design industry without any experience? So I'm thinking maybe it's good for me to just shoot this video to answering all the questions, then I don't need to keep repeating myself again. So the first part, I will be sharing you a little bit of my background and also how do I transit into the industry. Then the second part, I will be talking about the skills that are required for a UI UX designer and also how did I learn them. Then the last part, I will be sharing you during that time how long did I take to landed my first UI UX designer job. So without further ado, let's get started. So here is a little bit background of myself. I'm actually a degree holder from NTU Singapore. So what I'm studying is chemical and biomolecular engineering. So right after I graduated, I joined a semiconductor company in Singapore to work as a process and equipment engineer. Sounds very unrelated to what I'm currently doing, but yes, I'm an engineer that time. During that time, my day-to-day is just to monitor the wafer fabrication process, but I clearly know that that's not something I'm passionate about. So I decided to listen to my heart. I want to switch into the design industry. So after 7 months of working, I quit the engineer job and then become jobless. I'm being jobless for around 5 months. So during that 5 months, I know I want to get into the design industry, but I have no design degree and also no portfolio. I also don't dare to click the apply button in the job portal. My focus that time is to build a portfolio. So I work at many different freelance platforms like Workana, freelancer.com, Fiverr. Very luckily, I get a job as a junior graphic designer in a Singapore printing and design agency. I working in that agency for around 1 year. Then the COVID hit, and during that time, I'm lucky I didn't get sacked by my boss because the industry is bad and there's a lot of cutting down on the projects. So with the slower pace of work, I start to wondering whether is there any other path I could take on in order to earn a more sustainable living in Singapore. Because during that time when I was working as a junior graphic designer, my pay is considered quite low. It can afford me to live in Singapore but could not save money in the future. I started searching around in Google. Then I found there's a job called UI UX designer. But I really don't know what exactly UI UX designer do. But I only know they need to draw the UI screen, then their pay is considered not bad in the design industry. I start to search around the internet. Then I saw there is a lot of people introduce the book which is called The Design of Everyday Things. So I know okay, I need to go read that book. In that book, he shared a lot of interesting examples of how a designer can greatly improve the product experience, no matter it is a digital product or physical product. So I'm very excited to become this kind of designer. After I read that book, I continue to learn a few things which I will share later. Then I'm very lucky to get my current job, which is working in Easy as a UI UX designer. So what are the skills required for a UI UX designer? Then how did I learn them? When I review back my learning process, it is quite messy, but I think it can be classified into 3 main areas. The first one is to learn about the design thinking and design methodology. So as a UI UX designer, our job is to solve the user needs and also the business need. And normally, the feature requests you hear from the user might not be the most suitable solution. It can be due to technical constraint or maybe it's just not the business direction. After you understand the problem, you need to visualize out the solution. So the solution can be anything. It can be a UI screen, which is the most common thing, but it can also be a user flow, user journey, or a system flow, like how you propose to change the system. So you need that to communicate with your stakeholders. So for me, during that time, I didn't take any intensive bootcamp because I'm quite confident about my self-discipline. Though I didn't take any bootcamp, but I did subscribe to Interaction Design Foundation, which is a platform teaching about the UX knowledge. On that platform, there are around 30 plus courses that only cost me 100 plus per year. I think it's quite useful for me because it helped me to understand more terminology and the fundamental knowledge of how is the UI UX design work. Here comes to the design toolkit. Currently, Figma is the hottest tool in the UI UX design industry. And I did saw a survey conducted by UX2 last year. Then the Figma, right, is actually occupied most of the first rank position in many areas of UI UX design. So for example, UI design and also prototyping, design system, handoff to developers, and some of the other areas. And then I did check about the recent job scope. Most of them did mention about Figma in the job description. It is safe for you to start learning from Figma. Figma is more scalable in the future. I watched some YouTube videos from the Figma official channel. I learned about how do a master component work and how do I use auto layout and how do I save color, save typography to build the design system. So after I learned these skills, I can start to draw the UI screen that I want. Remember to learn some knowledge of UI patterns because I think most of the junior UI UX designer roles are more related to the UI screen design. So we need to learn the UI patterns in order to know what to put inside your screen and also help you communicate better with your engineer. Oh yeah, if you are interested in this kind of content in future, could you help me tap the like button below and also click the subscribe button? It could help to boost the YouTube algorithm and support the growth of this little YouTube channel. Here come to the portfolio preparation. So during that time, I prepare 2 case studies before I feel that I'm confident to start applying the UI UX designer job. So what did I write about? My first case study is about a UI redesign for Foodpanda app. The story is because I was having a bad experience when I tried to order the food on Foodpanda. There was a night like I OT in the office and then I want to order the food and then get the food fast. But then end up, it took me 1 hour to get the food, and during that 1 hour, I couldn't get onto the customer support. Like really nobody cannot connect to the line. So after that, it sparks me the idea to find out what is the key problem of causing me to feel such unhappy. Then I come up with the proposed solution to solve the problems. Then the second case study I wrote about is a case study me and my teammate submitted for Shopee Design Challenge. We have our first meetup outside. After that, we complete our project within 2 weeks by having multiple video calls. So during that time, I was actually still working full-time as the graphic designer. Every day come back home, need to rush for the design. But then very luckily we did submit it on time, although it didn't get into the next round. But I feel that overall it's a very good experience because right, it helped you to gain some experience on working with other people in the design project. And then regarding the website that I use to host my portfolio, I'm actually using a free version of Wix. I am a person more concerned about the content and how I present the case study. If you are applying for a much bigger company, I think it's still good to have your own personalized and customized website because right, having the customized website can help you to gain some points on the first impression. So actually, I always feel that I'm lucky to have so many opportunities in front of me. For example, I get to attend the Shopee Design Challenge, I get to meet my current boss, but I also did want to give myself a pat on my back like, Celine, you really do a great job because you put a lot of effort in study and learning, and also focus on what you are doing. Doing a career change is not that easy. You will receive a lot of comments from people around you, but I'm quite grateful that my parents, my families, and my boyfriend are very supportive for me. I know it's not easy to do a career change. So friends, if you are frustrated or you are having some difficulties, feel free to comment below and I will give my support to you. But then remember to keep on pushing yourself and working hard, and you can also try to sharing out your work a bit more, because sharing out your work will help you gain surprising results. Like some people will get to know you from your work, and then you will find your chance to grow someday. Thanks for watching this video until the end. I hope the video is helpful to you, and I will see you next time. Bye!